Pastor E. Dewey Smith,
Yes, sir.
it's just from pastor to pastor. Pleasure to sit here with you and to see how you're using every gift, every asset that God has given you to bring people into the kingdom. And we celebrate you for that.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you for, first of all, for allowing me to be here. And thank you for the inspiration that you are to show us how to do ministry in a multifaceted way. So I'm honored. So thank you.
Well, thank you as well. Yes, sir. And I wanted to ask you a question. What
Yes.
I'd like to kind of just kind of set it up if I could. Reach Gospel Radio. We came up with the name Reach because we felt you've got to get out of the radio studios. You eventually got to get out of the walls of wherever you worship. And you got to take it to those areas where the devil is saying, I own this.
My goodness.
He doesn't own anything.
My goodness.
He may control something for a while,
Right.
but he never owns it.
My God.
And so we go out faithfully into the areas that other people throw their hands up in the air and say, the cycle cannot be broken.
Wow.
We go in there with the Festival of Hope.
Wow.
The record expungement program to get people a new beginning so
My
they can
goodness.
have the life they deserve.
Wow.
Because our criminal justice system needs an overhaul.
Absolutely.
But until it happens, we can get into the community and get the monkey off people's backs.
That's phenomenal.
And so why should people support radio that's more than just the music? And the music is critical, but why should they get behind it and these initiatives?
You know, it's amazing that you just talked about what you talked about, because Jesus says we're the salt of the earth. And salt is no good as long as it's in the shaker. And too many of our churches and too many of our leaderships and things that are supposed to add flavor and bring security and safety to the world,
Yeah.
you can't do it if you're stuck in the shaker. And so what you're doing at Reach Gospel, you're leaving the shaker. You're going out to bring preservation and add
Yes.
flavor to those areas that have blight and need hope. And that's why it's so important that all the constituents and the listeners support it, because it's making a difference. Being out ivory towers doesn't help anybody. And I think it's so important that we're on the battlefield.
Yes.
And I think too often we think that this is a playground, but it's a battlefield. And so your work is making a difference to change lives. And that necessitates that we support it.
Brother, thank you for those words. And again, we just want to say you keep doing what you're doing.
Yes, sir.
Because the songs that God's giving you, you can tell you're not just going into the studio, laying down a few songs, and it's time for something else. You're a man on a mission with a purpose.
Yes, sir.
And we celebrate you again,
Well,
brother.
I thank you for that. It's an honor and a lifelong dream. And I promised my mother I would do this before she passed. And so my first time releasing music, I want to be a blessing to the world, to touch people who are hurting. So thank you for allowing me to share my music with the world.
Yes, sir. Pleasure to meet you, brother.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Oh.